Susan West, president of Fidelity National Title, here with Ashley Scipione, vice president of Fidelity National Title. We are here today to give you 2 warnings and 1 update. The warnings would be 1 on RESPA, 2 on wire fraud, and then your update, our friendly Ron remote online notarization. We'll be giving you an update on Ron here today. So Ashley, RESPA, frame it for our viewers.
Well, RESPA is the unlawful inducement for business. So in the title world, that's buying your real estate listings.
Right, exactly. And this is what I find interesting. Another question for you on the personal side. Are you at home doing anything to reduce your expenses in this difficult time in our industry?
Well, I didn't buy those shoes the other day.
Exactly. So yes is the answer, right?
Yes.
So anybody that's wise right now is really looking at expense reduction, but that's also happening on the realtor, real estate professional side of things. And I just want to caution everybody out there, the solution, realtors, to reducing your expenses is not accepting offers from title companies to cover your expenses. I just received a text this morning about a title company that was offering to pay for a product that was specifically there to create the opportunity to list and sell a home and then to get paid back at the closing table in exchange for the listing to go to them when it's sold. That's an inducement to business. RESPA has not gone away, and we need to pay attention. Wouldn't you agree?
Completely.
All right,
100%.
So focus on that. Don't get distracted, and don't, again, use the opportunity to reduce your expenses to pass them on to someone else. Let's find ways together as professionals to reduce expenses, right? Don't buy the shoes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's going to be Ashley's new hashtag, don't buy the shoes. Don't buy the shoes. And she almost got me because I almost bought the shoes.
Yes, you did.
And then when you didn't, I didn't. The other conversation is wire fraud. We've had some. Would you say that because business is down, that wire fraud is down?
No, actually, I would say that wire fraud is up. I think people are very distracted with everything that's going on around us.
Okay.
And so people are trying once again to get those funds while people are looking the other way.
Right. So don't let coronavirus be a distraction, right? Either to RESPA or wire fraud. And let's talk about 2 different instances that have impacted our clients of recent. One was in a refinance situation.
Yeah, so on a refinance, it's kind of a new thing. You know, refinances are big right now, and typically borrowers are refinancing to pull equity out, but that's not always the case.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes borrowers have to send us funds and just reduce their mortgage payment.
Right.
And so we had an attempt a successful attempt to divert borrowers' funds to us. We hadn't even sent out wire instructions to them.
Right. So the fraudster, the criminal, had compromised someone outside of our operation because, again, we have security and protection in our emails, but either the lender or the consumer's account was compromised.
Correct.
And they were able to send an email before we'd even sent wire instructions because we didn't know the consumer had to pay $28,000 into this refinance.
Correct. Right.
So what happens? Our manager goes to ask for the funds.
Yep. So the manager says, "Have you sent that wire in?" And they said, "Well, yeah, we already sent it," and quickly provided the information and the email, which our manager, knew was not his.
Exactly.
And escalated it to management.
Right. And I want to talk about that too. Management, Fortune 400 company. I can't tell you enough how important it is, the depth and the ability of the company that you do business with. So our manager, and we'll give Tim a shout out. Tim reached out to the proper channels, me and our escrow admin team, to say, hey, this happened.
Right.
And in some ways, I think Tim thought his job was done there, and we pushed it upline to Jacksonville, our corporate offices, but also to California, our national escrow department, and they said, don't stop with the communication. Get with the borrower. We've gotten with the borrower's bank. We need the borrower at their bank now to ask for a stop on that wire, and we were able to freeze the account, and the borrower
got their money back. And I think that's the key is, these smaller title companies don't have those resources. And quite frankly, we could have easily said, well, it's not our problem.
Right.
Like, we didn't do it. We didn't know, but we were able to escalate it and utilize our resources to help them get their money back.
Absolutely. And I get so excited about just the passion that we have and that we don't stop. And even the emails from our national escrow department said, don't stop. We're on this. You be on it. Get with the borrower. And there was a sense of urgency to help that borrower get their funds back. The other thing was we had one the other day on the purchase side, I believe.
Well, it was seller proceeds. Seller had provided us the wire information, and then we got an email wanting to change that information. So that's the same old story, and luckily our staff is educated enough to realize right away that that's not correct. So
exactly.
That was not even that was an attempt.
Right.
But nothing happened.
It was a prevented attempt.
Right.
But this is what we're here to say. We're here to warn you. Wire fraud hasn't gone away. And as much as we're all concerned about the industry changing and potentially our income going down, so are the criminals, right? So they're in some ways probably getting smarter, sharper, more creative, and that's what we have to guard ourselves against. So RESPA still exists.
Yes.
Wire fraud still exists. And let's talk about Ron. And this is what I have to ask you. For somebody that's quarantined in a state that has shelter in Orange County has shelter in, how is it you've been doing so much traveling?
Yeah, well, I've been up to about 5 or 6 countries.
Okay.
A few states. Yesterday I was in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a good place to go. Later today, Alabama.
Alabama.
So, yeah.
Everybody's got to go to Alabama once, right?
Yeah, but we've been doing a lot of Ron signings.
Okay.
And we've learned a lot since our
episode,
session, about a month ago. So just to corrections here, we have had people successfully utilize tablets, both Android and Apple. We've also had the ability to do resident aliens if they've had a tax ID number with credit history, even if that status has since expired.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Those two things are new.
So, Ashley, is the lesson there that don't just say no, call Ashley, call somebody on our team to see if there's an opportunity to be able to vet that person and have them qualify?
Exactly. And then there's also rumors out there that clerks aren't accepting Ron documents, which is false. So the rumor started because there are some clerks out there that pushed them back, and it was because those individuals used the wrong acknowledgments. So that is why. It's not because the clerks just won't accept them. They have to by Florida statute.
It has to be done right.
Yes.
And that's why it's also important that you're dealing with a title company. I had somebody the other day said that they've done 300 or 400 of these, and I'm not sure that I think that many have happened in this short amount of time. But with that being said, I believe that it's important, and we've gotten with real estate offices to say, you need to find what third-party vendor they're using to do the knowledge-based authentication. You need to find out what equipment, and don't allow people to tell you. We had somebody the other day said, can we FaceTime? No
FaceTiming, no Skyping. Also, someone told a lender that the lender had to get approved on the notary platform, which that's false as well. And I've successfully closed one loan package.
Yes.
So there's lenders out there now that are accepting it. They've changed their requirements. It's a new world.
Absolutely. It is a new world. It's an old world where RESPA and wire fraud's concerned. It's a new world where Ron, remote online notarization, is concerned. And Ashley, I also want to just throw out some compliments to you that you have been very quickly becoming the Ron, known as a Ron expert in our industry. And that's been amazing to watch. We made a very conscious decision to have all of our remote online notarization go through Ashley so you could get it right before we started allowing other people in our district to do it. So if I were to ask you, I'm going to ask you, what's the thing about Ron that takes the longest?
Well, the longest portion is the identity verification process. I mean, people have the hiccup of getting on the technology, right? I can't help them with that. But then answering questions. I've had one person take 45 minutes just trying to answer questions about their life that they can't remember. Also uploading IDs. You know, you have to scan and upload them, and the system is very picky on what it likes to see. So lighting can be a factor in that. So I'm saying like 20 minutes just to get on the session.
Wow. And let's back up a minute. I think you had a realtor upset with you the other day because you couldn't help their client with their technology. What about witnesses?
So witnesses, I've pretty much just gotten to where I bring someone from our office in. It's simple, it's easy, we don't have to inconvenience the signer, and obviously I personally know them, so we don't have to vet their ID.
You're still in the office?
I'm still in the office.
And are all of our staff still in the office?
No, I think internally we're at least 50% work from home. You know, we have all the processes and technology to support that, but then half of us are still there. It's still business as usual.
Right, business as usual, but a little different, right?
A little different,
but a little bit different. So that's that's good to know too. So lenders have reached out. We had a conference call yesterday with a national lender talking to Ashley about how can she help them get approved through their lender, through their vehicles, to be able to utilize remote online notarization. Had some conversations about the 3 different pieces in that. We'll share that for another day, but just great information that you've been able to provide. Any other tips or commentary on remote online notarization?
Other than just make sure you have a trusted title company.
Okay.
Because I think there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they don't know, and they're just pretending.
Right, exactly.
We've been there, we've done that, and we can do it again.
And with that being said, we actually had an attorney that also is in title that we connected them with a resource. We didn't try to take the deal. We just helped them because it was a realtor client of ours. So even if it's not with us, you can reach out to Ashley, you can reach out to me, one of our team members, and we can get you what you need. And next week, we'll spend some time in the studio or maybe at our office or one of our homes talking more about the things that we're doing to protect the health of our employees and our customers. But I'm going to close with this. A couple of things that have helped my sanity is staying on my routine every day, getting up at 5, working out, and I've put a minimum of 10,000 steps in my day. And I said to somebody the other day, the one thing I can control every day is how many steps I take. So I've found things that I can control in my life to keep me moving forward, both personally and professionally. The other thing, Ashley, we received some nice new orders yesterday, so new business is still happening.
It's still happening.
Still happening.
Still happening. Contracts every day.
Every day, from builder to refinance to purchase. Yes, the world has changed. Absolutely. Yes, there are employment verifications and unemployment and health issues. But in order to be in the business when this is over, your habits, your routines, digging in and finding the people that are still doing business and who you hang out with is still so important. So being around the people that are still doing business, that are actively finding ways to stay positive, stay engaged, and stay in it, I think those things are lessons that we need to follow right now too. Wouldn't you agree?
Completely.
Good. So we got to hang out today, first time in a while.
Yep.
Right? And we will also welcome questions, comments, anything, any feedback that you have, what you'd like to hear that we haven't spoken about. But we are obviously as challenged and have our ups and downs in all of this as well, but we're staying on course to make sure that we are here today, yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Right.
We will be here. So thank you all for viewing in. And Ashley, wait a minute. You're leaving here to go where?
I am going to, I don't know, back to the office.
No,
to my
Ashley,
computer.
you have a remote online notarization.
I know. I was trying to figure out exactly where those people were, and I can't remember.
You can't remember.
No.
Ashley can't remember where she's going, but
Somewhere.
she has an 11 o'clock remote online notarization appointment. And everybody have an amazing day. Stay healthy. We all matter. We're signing off, and we'll be back again next week.